Working. I think now they should hear us. Hello, everybody. Can you hear us?
Oh,
I think it should be fixed now. Thanks for reacting so quick, everybody. I think now we're good. Can you say something?
hello, hello.
Yeah, it's perfect. Well, okay, guys, welcome back to New Dive in Life. This is Hannah, and we just spoke about it. It was 2 years since we done this, and it was time for a little update and to see what you've all been doing with our donations and yeah, what you've just been doing there. And yeah, we also like to thank everybody that's been my student, obviously, because you maybe you didn't know, but you actually sneaky been donating to this ma'am here. We met on Ibiza, and she told me her plans. That's already about 3 years ago, I think. And
Yep.
yeah, and since then we've been. I've even been to Brazil, and we've met there. And you married there, which is really nice. And yeah, you've been doing a lot of work, and I'm curious to what's going on there. And how is how is it in Brazil, and how is your work, and how is it with the new president and all? Do you notice anything about that, or?
Yeah, so we had a very big celebration in November, and me and my community of environmentalists, we were very, very happy that Bolsonaro left, obviously. He had a very pro-agriculture mining agenda. And with the new government, we hope to see more environmental practices and environmental laws and policies and enforcement being upheld. So we're very excited. We think it's going to be really great for the country, really great for the indigenous tribes, and really great for Brazil, because the Brazil's richness is in its environment, and it's in its water, and it's in its people, and it's in its smallholder farmers. And there's so much biodiversity and so much beauty and richness that needs to be conserved and that needs to be valued. So that's what we try and do here at AIR. We try and value ecosystem services, and by doing that, we get to conserve forests, plant trees, and really help people who are planting our world's food, right? All of the
Yeah.
I think smallholder farmers represent 70% of the food that we eat.
Holy
So
moly.
without them, we would all starve.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So we need to educate them and help them do their stuff, and that's what we're
Do
doing.
their
So
stuff.
people
That's what
people.
we're doing. So
Yeah.
super thanks to Dive in Live and all the students listening. I'm going to share a bit about of the work we've done over the past 2 years with some of the generous donations we've received from Camiel and Dive in Live. I mean, not Dive in Live, but Lessons in Live.
Yeah.
We're diving in now, but it's called Lessons in Live.
Yeah, yeah.
But and yeah, and all the other investors, and we really had an amazing, successful past 2 years. And I'm very excited to show you some videos and some photos and tell a bit about the story that we're doing.
I'm super curious
So should
to.
we
Yeah, yeah. We
should
let's
we jump
dive
in?
in. Yeah, let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
Yeah, and then I will transfer
Dive
some
right
money as
in.
well on your PayPal,
Perfect.
just like
So here
last
we go.
time.
I'm going to share my screen.
Nothing changed in 2 years. Oh well, I hope a bunch of things changed. Ah, nice. Look at this.
So can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see the. Ooh, look at this. What beautiful in it. Wow.
It's beautiful. So this is a picture of the Cerrado, a beautiful waterfall. And Era's work focuses in the Cerrado biome. So it's the second largest biome in Brazil. The Amazon is Brazil's largest biome and most known, okay? But the Cerrado is like the forgotten sister that's equally as important as the Amazon. And why? Because of the water.
Hmm.
So the Cerrado is sort of the headwaters, the aquifers. It's where all of the water in Brazil, not all, but most of the
Mm-hmm.
water is generated, and then it goes to rivers and aquifers, and it feeds so many households in Brazil. So the main rivers that flow to the Amazon start in the Cerrado.
Yeah.
So one of the large problems that we're seeing is that as the agro industry demolishes the Cerrado, we've already lost 50% of the Cerrado from deforestation for soy and cattle and sugarcane and all of these things that we need, right? I'm not trying to vilify agriculture right now because we all need to eat,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
how do we how do we transform our food system into a more regenerative, sustainable one, more biodiversity, less monoculture, right?
Yeah.
Because what is monoculture in our food systems lead to monoculture in in our societies, in our cultures. And when you have something that's monoculture, mono diversity, you have less resilience.
That
And
sounds it.
as we're
Oh, yeah.
entering into this sort of climate chaos, right, where there's a lot of shifts, market crashes, like it's a very unstable time. So when we
Yeah.
have this instability, you need to have resilience. We need to have inner resilience, like as a human being. We need to have resilient companies. We need to have resilient food systems, and we need to have resilient cultures. So I find that our work, you know, looks at sort of those three levels, like the personal level, because we impact people, humans, we are
Hmm.
impacting food systems, and then we hope to impact the environment, climate change, and have these rippling effects. So yeah, that was kind of a long intro, but the Sahara is a super important biome because of the water, and that's why I brought this first picture, just to highlight that the water is really where what we're trying to preserve here.
Yeah.
Because farmers are already seeing changes in the water cycles and in the rain patterns because the trees have been cut down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Trees bring water.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen it also, like that the fog that lays over the forest. Yeah, it's very important that the humidity there is also caused by the trees. No, and if they cut everything,
Exactly.
it just gets.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've read about this. I did a little bit of homework. It's interesting that you call it the monoculture. Actually, in music, we often talk about mono and stereo signals. So it's a pretty understandable what a monoculture is. Like it's a one way, like a it's very, very one direction kind of thing. Interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think we are living this monoculture. You need to have a certain way of living. The food system. There's only like five main things that we eat in everything, which is sugar, wheat, corn, and like rice. Like those are the five main things. But there's like a million beautiful ingredients in food systems out there. But we've created such a industrial process, that needs the same thing so that we can create economies of scale.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of people, of course, with demanding the same thing now, and that's sort of like
Exactly.
that. And if we can't change that narrative or that behavior, like less sugar, because there's so much sugar also in the, I do love a good cookie or, like a
Oh
nice little
yeah,
sweet here and there. But we could, yeah, if we don't educate ourselves, I think we also would have less disease if everybody's just eating less sugar.
totally,
That would really help.
totally.
So I
That
hope
would
half
really
of the
help.
world is watching this show, and that they're all going like, "Oh yeah, maybe I should, drink some more water here and there." All right, nice.
Exactly. So let's keep going here. So what is ERA? I call ERA an impact developer. So we develop impact projects. What's an impact project? An impact project is something that causes a positive impact to environment and to society. So some people call it ESG, some people call it sustainability. We call it impact work because we want to leave a legacy and we want to actually impact humans and the environment positively. So we do that by conserving forests, by planting food forests, and by supporting smallholder farmers. So those are kind of like the main pillars of our business. And we do that with payments for ecosystem services. So we work in the arena of carbon markets, biodiversity markets. So we are capturing investors' money who want to finance and support carbon emission reductions, who want to support biodiversity, and who want to support smallholder farmers. So that's the arena that we play. So we kind of act as this bridge, right, between the forest and the cities where
Nice.
the companies are emitting, people are flying, people are consuming goods, and the forests that are giving us all of these beautiful products, air, clean water, pollination, food supply. So these are all called ecosystem services. So we work with ecosystem services and ecosystem service markets. So that's just kind of an intro slide on who ERA is. And in 2021, we launched the pollen program, and the pollen program basically increases smallholder farmer resilience. So remember, resilience is a key word that I want to keep repeating here, because when a smallholder farmer is resilient, he can withstand, shocks to maybe his one of his crops failed, or the rains came later, or he's very vulnerable because he doesn't have a lot of money, he doesn't have access to capital. Usually the education is very low, it's very dry for 6 months of the year in the Cerrado. So there's a number of barriers that the smallholder farmer faces, specifically in the Cerrado, but you could probably trace similarities across smallholders worldwide.
Yeah.
So how do we increase smallholder resilience? We believe that agroforestry systems, which are food forests, can help in this. How? Because they provide the smallholder with food, so it's food security, but they also provide the smallholder with other products that they can sell into the market, providing them with increased incomes. So having increased income, having food on the table, all generates more resilience for the smallholder. And we do this by a lot of capacity building courses, and we also finance agroforestry systems for these smallholders.
That's nice.
So this is our pollen program team.
Look at them. Yeah.
Look at how happy they are.
Yeah.
So basically the pollen program trains and supports women and youth to become regeneration warriors, because we really believe that being in connection with nature, taking an area that was degraded and planting an agroforestry system is really, you're becoming a warrior in the fight against climate change, right?
Yeah.
So we all need to play our part, and the smallholder has a big part to play in the fight against climate change, and we all do. We all need to eat less meat. We all need to travel less and fly less. We all need to be more conscious about our carbon footprint and understand how much carbon we're emitting, maybe buying carbon offsets or looking at other ways to reduce your carbon footprint. So we all are entering into a carbon constrained world, right? Mm-hmm. And in a carbon constrained world, everyone in society needs to be aware about the global carbon budget that we have. So we can't keep emitting at the levels that we need to. We need to start decreasing our emissions. And it's hard, right? Because no one really wants to give up flying every year to, I'm from Canada, right? So I like to go back and visit my family. Yeah. So how do I do that? I then need to plant trees, or I need to offset my footprint, right?
Yep.
So I think everyone needs to have a little bit more conscious about what climate change is, why is it happening, and how can you participate in fighting it. And one of the ways that Camiel is doing it through Lessons in Life is taking a percentage of his profits and reinvesting it in tree planting, which is what ERA does. So he's helping the world by planting trees and helping these smallholders. So it's a beautiful story that we're telling, and I'm so happy to be here to show some more photos and what our results are. So
yeah, nice.
Before I get into sort of some more photos and our results, I want to talk about the advantages, right? The benefits of regenerative agricultural systems. So I kind of touched upon this. So it increases livelihoods and income. So the agroforestry, it's like a food forest. So there's nuts, there's fruits, there's beans, there's this variety of food that's being produced in this 1 hectare plot, right? Or maybe even smaller. And it gives a lot of food. It's amazing how much food in an agroforestry system, because it's so healthy, because one plant is helping the other, it's giving shade to the other, and one is giving nutrients to the other. It's like this huge symbiosis of life, right? And it's giving so much more food per hectare than a soy plantation. So much more, so many more calories per hectare. But it is complex to manage them, and it is requires a lot of manual labor. So farmers that have big pieces of land, monoculture is more easy to manage because you can use tractors, because you just need one guy to sit on a tractor, and then you can basically plow an entire 100 hectares. If you need to manage 100 hectares of agroforestry, you would need an army of regenerative warriors. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to slowly create this army of regenerative warriors. And we're at the beginning of our journey, but we had an amazing impact so far with how many people we've got to have trained so far. But anyway, so I think that's really clear that it increases the livelihoods resilience of the smallholders through increasing the income and the food security. Second, it really helps support the soil and the soil health in the water, because we're planting forests, right? Those forests are creating changes in the microclimate. It's calling rain. It's creating evapotranspiration, which creates rain cycles. So to the soil, we're not using any fertilizers, because an agroforestry system, you manage it so that you're constantly creating green manure so that the system is self-fertilizing itself. It's just amazing, you know?
Yeah.
So we don't use any chemical fertilizers compared to the soy farm, so it's way better for the soil and the water. It's removing greenhouse gas emissions, because as the trees grow and as the soil becomes healthier, carbon is being trapped in the trees and in the soil. So it's removing carbon from the atmosphere and going into the soil. So that's a huge benefit for climate change.
Yeah.
Fourth, beautiful. Fourth, there is improved wildlife habitat and biodiversity. So imagine a degraded pasture, right? There's nothing, there's no life on it. And then we plant a forest. The birds are coming back, the worms are coming back, the squirrels are coming back. I mean, there's no squirrels in Brazil, but they're kind of like squirrels. And there's life again. So we're bringing back life, and we're bringing back biodiversity. We're bringing back homes for animals. So it's just a beautiful story. I get goosebumps just talking about it.
I get goosebumps listening to you.
So over the past 2 years, what have we achieved? So we made 2 demonstration units, and demonstration units are basically learning hubs where we implemented the learning grounds of an agroforestry system together with a school. So one was at a school, a family agriculture school, and another learning hub was at the Federal University of Tocantins. So there, ERA came in, we financed the entire planting of the agroforestry system, and we use these learning hubs to bring children, youth, women, families, smallholders to learn about agroforestry systems, how to plant, how to manage, how to harvest, how to process. We do the whole cycle from start to finish.
Wow.
So we did 2 learning hubs over the past 2 years, and we have another learning hub going to be implemented this year or next. We planted 13 agroforestry systems at the smallholder farmers' properties. So this is where ERA went back to the smallholder and said, we want to help you become more resilient. We want to help your family have their own agroforestry system to manage. And there's going to be beautiful pictures coming up about that.
Wow.
We offered over 10 courses. I think that number is kind of old. I think we did like 20 courses.
Oh,
we did
time
20
to update
courses.
the presentation.
Yeah, we'll have to update this. We did over 20 courses where we did planting, preparation for the rainy season, how to manage for the dry season, how to create biofertilizers, how to empower women and make them leaders in their society and in their communities. We trained over 300 farmers with a focus on women and youth, and we impacted over 150 women, which so there's the Sustainable Development Goals. There's 17 Sustainable Development Goals, and SDG 5 is about gender equality. So it's these global goals that we have to improve the world's sustainability. And ERA is really focused on SDG 14, which is climate impact, SDG 15, which is life on land, so all about the animals and biodiversity, and SDG 5, which is gender equality, because ERA is run 80% by women. So we're women powered, and we're for the women. So yeah, power to the women. And we really think that there's a big tie between women empowerment and climate change, right? Because women who are empowered and who are making the decisions about the family unit typically make more sustainable choices than the men. I'm sorry to say.
Yeah,
well,
it is what it is.
There are a lot of studies coming out of that. If you impact women, and you have a massive effect on climate change.
Yeah.
So let's get into the photos. So here we have photos from the Learning Hub that we implemented at the EFA, which is the Family Agriculture School in Porto Nacional, which is a place in a city in Tocantins, the state of Tocantins, which is right in the center of the Cerrado.
Wow.
In 4 days, we planted 1 hectare with 46 youth, 11 women, and it was just amazing. It was the fastest hectare we've ever planted.
Wow.
And this is how it started. So it was just this bare plot of land. And see this tree?
Yeah.
This is the same tree.
Oh,
And
yeah,
in
yeah.
3 months, it became this green, beautiful, like life, like blossoming center of studying and of managing and of
3
teaching the
months.
youth.
Wow. And is that a
Yeah,
banana
so
plant there? The one with the big
this is
leaves?
a banana tree.
Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
yeah,
There's a
yeah, yeah.
banana tree. We have
Nice.
turmeric. We have baru nuts, which are en route to you.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so everyone. So there's this amazing tree in the Cerrado called the baru nut. I actually have some right here. I can show you them later.
Yeah.
And they're the most delicious nuts from this specific tree that only grows in the Cerrado.
Wow.
And we've planted baru, so we're going to be producing nuts, different fruits, bananas, obviously, cassava, which is manioc. We have turmeric, which is sort of, curcuma.
Yeah, yeah, I love that. I always
really
put that in my
orange.
ginger tea, like curcuma and ginger, and it's like great
It's good for inflammation.
Yeah, exactly. And when you have flu, just drink that. You'll be good in no time.
Exactly. So we're really focusing on superfoods and nuts and fruits and food that really gives life and gives health to the body. And look at the system after we've managed it. So it went from this, which is like crazy overgrown forest.
Yeah.
And then we come in and we do a course about agroforestry management. So here you can see really clearly the banana trees, the baru trees.
Wow.
Here you have the turmeric, you have the walkways. And see this grass?
Yeah.
We cut this grass down and it becomes fertilizer, organic material to fertilize the system.
Yeah.
So it's just really, really amazing how agroforestry systems are self-sustaining systems. They need humans to manage it, but they're really amazing at, they don't need chemical inputs, right?
Yeah.
Which is these agrotoxic things that are actually causing cancer and causing a lot of problems in the water.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like I said, the students gain theoretical and hands-on learning experience about planting and managing agroforestry systems. And look how happy everyone is. I mean, it's just a joy to work in an agroforestry system. It's very collaborative. You're very present. You're in with nature. You're breathing fresh air. So it's just amazing work. If anyone has the chance, I would highly suggest trying to do a permaculture course or an agroforestry course, because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Next time you're down, we're gonna bring you and we're gonna plant.
Yeah,
together.
for sure. Yes, that's definitely on the cards. I will definitely come and visit again. I loved the whole experience. The land is just so. It's like there's more colors in Brazil than anywhere else in the world.
Yes. Yeah. There's so much life here. So here we have a little video. Why don't we play it?
Yeah, go for it.
The sound works.
Yeah. Oh wait, if you want to have sound, then what you need to do is let's stop it for a bit. You have to. I'm gonna stop your screen share for a little bit, and then
sure. Okay, I'll stop sharing.
If you stop share and you do a new share, you get a pop-up, and in the bottom left corner you see a little button called Share Sound. You need to click that button.
Okay.
That's the way.
Share
That's the way.
Sound. There we go.
All my students will know, because this is always how we do the lessons online. You know. Yeah. So
okay,
now,
here we go.
Yeah.
A gente já está no planejamento do projeto há cerca de 8 meses, planejando, fazendo pesquisa de preço, fazendo orçamento de ferramentas, de insumos, né, sementes, mudas que nós precisaremos para implantar o projeto em si. A principal importância assim, do projeto do SAFs para a escola, né, e para os estudantes que estão envolvidos é mostrar para eles que é possível a produção agrícola, né, economicamente viável, aliado à preservação do meio ambiente.
A gente teve várias etapas, como buscamos mudas de banana, baru, mangaba e várias outras.
I just realized this version doesn't have subtitles.
Yeah, I saw there, but there's a video on your website also, right, with subtitles on erabrazil.com.
Yeah, that one. I guess there's one that's in this presentation doesn't have subtitles. I'm so sorry, everyone.
It's good for us to practice our Portuguese.
Should I just keep going and then later we can share the link?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's just have a look. Yeah, it's also nice to see.
The images are nice, right?
The images,
Look at it.
Wow.
the plot that we planted. So it's just amazing. But I can just soak up the Portuguese language and enjoy the imagery.
Yes.
Do cerrado aqui, que é da nossa região mesmo.
Para mim é de suma importância aplicar isso em todas as escolas agrícolas, que eu estou aprendendo aqui, todos os alunos que estão aprendendo aqui, levar isso para minha casa, ensinar para as pessoas lá também, para a comunidade. Para mim é uma honra estar aprendendo aqui como trabalhar com isso.
Isso que é um meio de agricultura, né, que cabe tanto para o grande produtor, para grandes áreas, como para o médio e principalmente para a agricultura familiar, né, que é o caso aqui da escola. E mostra que sistemas agroflorestais, apesar de complexos, trazem uma viabilidade econômica bem grande, e não só econômica, mas ecológica também, né?
I love the background music.
Maybe next time you can make a background music, your lessons in live, kids.
I would love that. We could do like a little project for my community, that they make a soundtrack for the video, that we pick the best one.
I love it.
Yeah, that's nice.
Let's do that.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be super cool.
Okay, well now we have our next little project together. I love it.
I'm gonna make a little note of that. That sounds amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we did the Learning Hub, but we also did the 13 family agroforestry systems. So we worked in 6 different municipalities. We basically helped people plant from 0 to 100. And we have some really, really amazing before and after pictures. So here's one plot. You can see this is like a tree, and this is the same tree. So we tried to get like the same angle, and you can see here there was a lot of corn, banana, baru. And then here you can see this big tree, same tree. So the before and after, this one's starting to grow. And it's so quick. You give nature the opportunity and it grows. It's just amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
So the planet has a really large capacity to regenerate if we give it the chance. And
like in no time. So
that's what we need to learn, is giving Gaia the chance to breathe and the space to regenerate.
Beautiful.
And our mission is to impact over 3,500 farmers over the next 5 years, and 50% of them being women. So we have a very strong goal, and we count on, investors, partnerships like we have with Lessons in Live and Camiel to help us reach these goals, because it does cost money, planting, getting all of the logistics, having a team in the field. But we're so passionate, and we're not going to give up, and we're going to keep going forward.
Yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. It's so nice. Oh, look at this.
So these are the baru nuts.
Oh, can't wait to taste them.
You crack these open with this like crazy machine that's really, really strong. It's a crazy strong nut. And in the middle right here, you have this beautiful nut that tastes like a mix between a peanut and an almond.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's a great mix.
Yeah, it's a great mix. And here's this turmeric. So we make turmeric too from the turmeric that we plant.
Yeah.
Here we have a course happening from Olivia. She's our agroforestry expert. Here we have some youth learning about agroforestry systems. This system's our oldest system. It has about 3 years old, maybe 2 years in this photo.
Wow.
And these are some amazing images of the biodiversity we have of the Cerrado. So we have beautiful birds. There's macaws, there's very colorful parrots.
Wow.
This is a giant anteater. Look at how amazing he is.
Wow.
Here we have a sort of, it's kind of like a jaguar, but it's more like a puma. It's kind of like a puma, but there is jaguars and we took this image from we set up night cameras.
Yeah.
Camera traps, and when the camera detects movement, it actually snaps some photos.
Oh, wow.
So these are images taken on the properties that we work with. And so there's pumas. I think this is a little deer.
Yeah.
And again, ending with the most important is water, right? Water is life. So we need to really preserve the water we have and take it really seriously. And that's sort of the end of my presentation.
Wowza.
Thank you so much.
It's insane. I'm so happy I met you, and I'm so happy that I can help. It makes me feel like it's not a mistake that I'm doing this in my life. Doing all the lessons and having. Having the capacity to make it circular by working with you, and I think you're a lovely human being, and just seeing the passion you have for telling us all of this, it's beautiful, and I hope we can do this for many years, and I will do my best to like teach everybody, and as big as that gets, the bigger the donation I can give.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Together we are stronger, and we will, make this next generation the year of the generation of regeneration.
Yeah, and it takes people like you to do that, because it's a lot of work. You have a huge team that are all like working literally with their fingers in the ground, and it's
exactly sweating. It's so hot in the Cerrado.
I can imagine, because I came in April last year and it was still hot, and that's not even summer. Yeah. But yeah, it's I find it really beautiful to see that you just plant something and 3 months later it's already like, it's like knee height or even higher, and it's so the one that, because I remember the one that you did the first time, the first year, like 2 years ago, when you just planted that one, and I saw these pictures, and that's now really becoming a forest, right? If you walk through there now, all the plants will be huge, so and in like 10-20 years that will be like a proper forest, and it's actually giving so much food and nutrition back to making that effort, and the farmers will be happy. They make more stuff and more money, and everybody's happy.
Exactly.
With carbon out of the air.
It's a beautiful solution.
Yeah,
carbon emissions lower, animals happy, farmers happy, we're happy. It's just a beautiful circular economy, which is what we need to be striving for, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just super pumped with our results, and I'm so excited sharing them with you guys today.
Yeah, I'm super happy we did this. I'm gonna make some money. I'm gonna transfer some money to you. It's gonna be $400, which I can donate to you this year. And we have to do this every year and meet up and you can give us an update. I can't wait that we do it in 5 years. We're like, oh yeah, here we are again. It's Hannah and Camiel online, and then there's a whole forest. There will be a whole forest, and there will be more forest. Because also, if I'm correct, one of those actually pays for the next one as well, sort of.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
There is a circular, because we get a part of the turmeric that the farmers sell. We get a portion of the future carbon credit. So there is a circularity involved to our business model as well. So it's really exciting, because one donation, multiplies, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's so smart. I wish everybody was as smart as you, and you definitely made me smarter. Now I know you, and you make me smarter and thinking about things, which is really great. And I hope to do the same. That everybody that takes a lesson with me becomes a smart person and is successful in music and does the same thing. So if you are a DJ or a producer and you start lessons with me, you get successful, think about this, think about Hannah, and start giving money back. You don't have to give it to Hannah, but give it to something that makes your work or your business or your passion circular. If we all do this, it's going to be way easier, because on the other side of the planet there's also people throwing bombs at each other, which is not necessary either. So if we show them that we can make a whole circular thing around them, they will eventually disappear, from all this stuff. That's how love works, right? Yeah.
That's how love works.
I'm eternally grateful, Hannah, and I can't wait to see you in 3D. I want to thank you for this, and let's keep in touch. We will do that. I'm looking forward to the nuts also.
Yes, the Brazilian mail is very slow, so it's gonna take its time, but it's gonna get there.
They're gonna taste even better. I just need a machine to open them up, I heard.
No, I've sent you open ones. Don't worry.
Oh wow, cool. Okay, I get the open ones. I was like, ooh, how am I gonna do this? I was like,
it's like this. They're like these.
Nice little bags. I can't wait. Wait to taste them. The almond peanut mix. Oh yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Maroon. Ah, nice. I'm looking forward to tasting them. Super nice. Okie dokie, everybody. Thanks for watching, and extra thanks for watching this time, actually, because if you've seen this or if you see this back, because it will be on the YouTube, please make sure that to share it with your friends and tell them that's a really easy way in life, just to donate a few bucks a year to a company that you believe in, that if it's a person like Hannah that you say go like, oh, this is super nice, donate some money. Fuck it. It's if if it's only 200, 300, 400 bucks a year, it's fine. You're helping. It's already helping. So doesn't have to be like 4K or whatever. Just take make a start with it, and it will definitely help the world. Next week we're back with Jordan Peak. He's going to show us a lot of stuff about his music, which is nice. Hannah, thank you so much. Is there something you want to say to my students?
No, just thank you for being such a good model human.
I do my best.
Because you're doing what you can to make the world a better place, and if everyone does that, the world is going to become a better place, and we have to have faith, and we have to have resistance and hope. So thank you so much for being who you are and having your values in the right places and supporting ERA and our mission.
I try to do my best. Okay, we're